It all happens to your family, doesn't it?
It does.
Everything.
Yeah, I know. And it's been a quiet time of treading water for the Massoods for a couple of years.
Yeah,
and suddenly, the storyliners have just kind of created this beautiful thing where it's going to be very powerful.
But it's endless, your storylines. Bankruptcy, then you had an affair with Jane, and it goes on and on. I mean, how much gambling?
Did you do alcoholism?
We did. Well, not quite alcoholism. we did have we had a burst of Massood drinking his sorrows away.
Yeah,
but
that's
then Shabnam trimmed his beard and suddenly he was sober. I don't know what happened. That was when Raki turned up, and then suddenly we did a scene where she's trimming his beard and everything's all right. I'm fine now, I don't need the whiskey. So it's all right.
Are you all still buzzing from the win last night?
Oh, it was great. It was great. You know what happened? During the live episode, it was the 30-year celebration, it was so intense. Everyone works so hard. I've never seen people work this hard and so exhausted. And naturally, there's a little... kind of a sense of exhaustion and disappointment and kind of, oh, we're tired. This award ceremony just sent it all back up again, so it was great. It was great to find another high.
Well, and obviously, EastEnders been on our screens for so many years. It's inevitable that it would have peaks and troughs.
I think nearly every long-running series or long-running serial will always have slumps. You know that there's all these peaks, and then after a peak, it's very hard to follow it with another peak. So every show has its downtime, and then the creative kind of fervour.
It's a big beast, isn't it, EastEnders? To do a soap like that, you're kind of like constantly working and doing it very quickly, because you've done movies as well, haven't you, which is a lot slower.
Yeah, I mean, I started off in the theatre and did movies as well. It's one of those things where I say yes to everything, because I don't like getting bored. You want to do everything, you know?
I do that when I have a mortgage, but...
there you go, there's that as well. Yeah, I think, you know, I have a newfound respect for particularly soaps, the way the crew and the actors and people work on soap like that to produce that much work in such a short space of time.
No rehearsal, because years ago I was in EastEnders, and it astonished me when I got there, you don't rehearse. Really?
No rehearsal.
If you get it right, it's filmed.
I'll tell you one story. This is coming out soon. There's a scene with Linda Henry and I where I think it's an 8-page scene, which I got it 15 minutes before I went on set.
Oh,
and the scene was rewritten, and rightly so. It wasn't quite working. Suddenly we got this new scene, and 15 minutes before we went on to do it, we had a beautiful director who really just allowed us, 20 minutes to find it, and then we did it. We nailed it in the first take, and that's really thrilling for an actor. You kind of go, wow, in
it's like
one take.
making a film, isn't it? Do you think that EastEnders serves the Asian community well?
Whoa, that was.
I know, but I've always thought it did, and do you think there should be more Asian families in it?
I think EastEnders has done something quite amazing with the Massood family, because certainly from my point of view, my character is accepted as a character now, and they're not really the Asian family anymore.
Yeah.
The problem comes with diversity and representation is that if you've only got one Asian family, that falls under a big microscope and then has the responsibility of representing the whole Asian community.
Yeah.
And not everyone's going to be happy with that. And so, in a way, if we had more Asians and black faces on TV, the question wouldn't arise. You'd kind of go, I can choose that one, I can choose that one. But because there's only one, there's a lot of pressure on that one to get it right and meet everyone's happiness, you know. And but having said that, it's been a very, very successessul family on TV. I can't think of another Asian family that's survived this long.
What kind of feedback do you get?
I get generally good.
Yeah.
You know, I get the Asian community often saying, well done, thank you, especially with storylines like the gay Muslim storyline. I had women coming up to me saying, now we can talk about this issue, it's fantastic. Other times you get going, why can't we have more? Why can't we be fronting the show? And stuff like that. And I think with a show like this, it goes in waves. There'll be one family fronting the show, and then they'll kind of
always changing.
So,